In April 1976, my 27-year-old uncle, Craig Baskerville, made a tape recording of his great-uncle Thomas Holcomb. The tape is scratchy, and Lady, the family dog, keeps barking in the background. My father was a runaway man, my great-great-uncle Tom says. He was a slave in Cumberland County, Virginia, near the Appomattox River, and he had a boat. Sometime in the spring of 1865, after the Battle of Richmond, when Confederate soldiers were running all through the woods, Jackson Holcomb was down there ferrying those Jeff Davis men across, and everybody he put 'em across the river, they give him money. They paid him. On the recording, my Uncle Craig sounds a little puzzled. Thomas Holcomb seems to be saying that his father had a piece of property, and that he used that property to make deals that sound a lot like contracts, a promise to pay in exchange for a promise to ferry. Why would a band of heavily armed white men who were risking their lives in a war to preserve slavery treat an enslaved man as if he had rights? Searching for an answer to this question sent me down the path toward this book, which reveals a hidden history of civil rights among African Americans. It's a story that begins not in 1955, but in 1830. It is not about people mobilizing to march, but about what made it possible for the people to march. It is about the rights to make a church, own a home, get paid. These civil rights are like an invisible thread woven into the fabric of black people's lives since before they even had rights, patterning how they loved, worshipped, worked, learned, and played. At bottom, this book is about how ordinary black people used law in their everyday lives. People like my great-great-great-uncle and aunt, Jackson and Louisa Holcomb. They touched law at every step of their lives. A few years after freedom came, Jackson Holcomb made a marriage contract with Louisa Brown, who had also grown up in slavery. In 1883, they bought 100 acres of farmland from a local white woman with a swap of timber rights for 8 months' rent. Over the next few decades, they bought and sold and mortgaged more land, and each time they had a deed recorded at the Cumberland County Courthouse. Every year, Jackson Holcomb rode the 10 miles up Guinea Road to the courthouse and paid their property taxes. As time passed, the Holcombs bequeathed some of that land to their children and nieces and nephews, sold some of it to a black neighbor, and donated still more to the Cottontown Oddfellows Lodge and to their church, Midway Baptist, an unincorporated religious association founded in 1874, where they held the rights and privileges of membership.